Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Govan Aga. I make videos about schooling and living in Switzerland. So if you want to see more of these videos, please consider subscribing to this channel. As you can see from the title below, today I'm talking about study interview questions. So I'll be giving you likely questions that you'll be asked during your interview session. And at the end of this video, I would also give you tips on how to answer this question. So stay tuned and let's get started. So the very first question you will be asked is about your biodata. So this entails your name, your date of birth, your place of birth. Obviously the interviewer has the documents, but they want to make sure that the information that you're also giving them by word of mouth corresponds with what is on the document. So sometimes you may feel that, okay, these questions are very stupid, and it is why they're asking you, but you just have to give it. So your name, your date of birth, and your place of birth. The second likely question you'll be asked is, what course are you studying? What course are you studying? So you obviously know the course, so you give them. The next question is the duration of your studies and where your school is located. So is your duration of study for 2 years, for 1 year, 6 months, for 1 year? You need to tell them. So the other next question sometimes comes first, like, but why are you traveling? And then you say, oh, I'm traveling for my master's, or I'm traveling for my bachelor's. The next question you'd be asked is about family members. Do you have family members in this place? Do you have friends located in this place? And the other next question is, have you traveled to, let's say, Switzerland, for example? Have you traveled to Switzerland before? Have you traveled to France before? Or is this your first time? So the very next question you'll be likely to be asked is, why Switzerland, or why France, or why Germany? Why have you chosen to study in this place? Why not your home country? Why have you not applied to school in your home country? Is there anything wrong with your home country? And sometimes they may come off as aggressive, but you just have to answer this question. So for this question, I think for me, I gave reasons based on, I want to be exposed. This country doesn't really have a lot of expertise on what I want to do, because I studied international law and economics. So it's like, okay, I just want to be exposed, and the school I want to go to is a specialized school for what I want to study. So this answer can also get you get this question answered. The very next likely question is about your accommodation, your apartment. Do you have an accommodation there? Where are you going to stay? Will you live with family or friends or alone? And here you also have to produce documents stating that, oh, I live with family, or I'm going to stay alone. The very next question you'd be asked is, after school, what do you hope to do? And to be honest, don't say, I want to get a job after school, or I'm going to stay back after school. That is a very wrong question, because I remember that before coming here, I had written a cover letter stating, in fact, it was a necessity. They asked me to write a cover letter stating that after my school is done, I'm going to pack my bags and come back. So the answer they hope to hear from you is that you are going to pack your bags and you're going to come back to your home country. So don't say, oh, I'm going to get married, or I'm going to build a house, or I'm going to get a job. For answer's sake, just for formality's sake, just say, I am going to come back to my home country, because my home country needs to be developed by me. That's a funny one, but yeah. So the next likely question you'd be asked is, what were you doing before you applied for school here? Were you working? Were you schooling? Were you doing your NYC? Were you learning a skill? So you just tell them a bit about what you were doing before you apply to study in this particular school. The very next likely question you'll be asked is about your funding. How are you funding your studies? Are you self-funding it, or you have a sponsor or a guardian? And if you have a sponsor or a guardian, it is very much appreciated for you to take bank statements, letter from the person saying, oh, this person is my daughter or my son, I am going to sponsor them. If you're under a scholarship, you also have to take documents stipulating that you're going to be funded via an organization and you're under a scholarship. The very next likely question you'll be asked is about criminal records. They may ask you, do you have any criminal records? Are you a pedophile? Are you a drug addict? Do you use drugs? I feel like right now they would ask those questions, so it's very important to know, even if you do have that and you have documents to show that, okay, you've been on probation and you're doing well or something like that. But and the last question on my list is the question of how many universities did you apply to. They didn't ask me this question, but most people I know were asked this question. So they'll ask you, how many universities have you applied to? So now I want to give you the tips for answering this question. First of all, to have photocopies of about 6 to 7 photocopies. I'm sure that they would tell you this, but in addition, have 6 to 7 photocopies of everything, because I didn't have enough and I had to go and photocopy, and it was so bad because the lady was like, I'm leaving here by 1 o'clock. If you're not back, your interview is cancelled and will be scheduled. And it's like, because I applied late and I needed it very urgently to go well. The second tip is for you to be very punctual. Come early so that you can be attended to early. The next question is that if you do not get a question or you do not have the answer to it, just ask, sorry, pardon, please could you repeat the question again? So that gives you extra time to think about your answer, and it is very wise for you to practice these questions at home before you go there and then you're startled. I know it's a very nerve-wracking interview, or it can be, you can feel nervous, but just be calm and make sure you don't rush or you don't talk fast. Just answer these questions very slowly and you're good to go. The very last tip I'm going to give is, no, I have 2 more tips. Second to the last tip I'm going to give is dress well. You mustn't wear a suit or whatever, but just, look good, dress well, okay? Smell good. The very last tip is, do not argue with the interviewer. It's very funny, but it's true. Don't argue with the interviewer. Just answer the questions. If they're not getting you, just calm down and speak politely. But if you argue with the interviewer, it is very wrong, first of all, and it's very rude for you to argue with the interviewer, even though the person is, anyway, you get the point. So these are the study interview questions you may likely be asked, and these are the tips on how you should be organized and how to answer the questions. If you have more questions, please don't forget to leave it down below. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel and also like this video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. My name is Govan Aga. Bye. As you can see from the title below, Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Govan Aga. I make videos about schooling and living in Switzerland, so please consider subscribing for more of these videos. As you can see from the title below, today I'm talking about the study interview questions during your interview, obviously.